Welcome, and thank you for being here as we recognize the Mercer Island High School Class of 2018. My name is Noonie McCann, and I have the honor of serving as the school student body president this year. At this time, I would like to ask that everyone turn off their phones and other electronic devices, or at least put them on silent. And we would also like to ask that there be no shouting or other loud noises in between names when graduates are announced. It is really important to us that everyone's name is heard. Look at all these beautiful faces. We want to make sure that every single one of them gets the recognition that they deserve. Tonight, we are lucky enough to have with us our very own Mercer Island High School Orchestra, directed by the wonderful Miss Miltune. Please, let's give them our attention as we rise for the national anthem. Thank you, orchestra. It is now my honor to introduce our principal, Miss Vicki Puckett.
Well, good evening, class of 2018. This is an exciting night. But before we get the ceremony started, I do want to make some introductions and just introduce to you some special guests that we have on the stage. At first, I'd like to introduce our superintendent, Donna Kolaski. Our school board president, Tracy Drinkwater. Our vice president of the school board, Dr. Ralph Jorgensen. I'd also like to introduce David D'Souza, one of our other school board members. And I'd also like to introduce Brian Giannini Upton, school board member, and Miss Deborah Lurie, school board, and Mr. Ralph Jorgensen. We'll introduce again, and Dr. Fred Rundle, our assistant superintendent of teaching and learning. And then also, I'd like to introduce Miss Jennifer Wright, who is our Executive Director of Teaching and Learning. And just a little side note, Jennifer Wright is finally graduating after 25 years in Mercer Island School District, so congratulations, Jennifer. And I'd also like to introduce Lori Schwartzberg, who is the staff speaker tonight. I'd also like to introduce our associate principals, Mr. Henderson Carlisle, Miss Jamie Prescott, Mr. Nick Wold, and I'd also like to acknowledge all our MISD staff that are here to attend and support our 2018 class. Could you please stand so we can acknowledge you, all of our staff members that are here from Mercer Island School District? Let's give them a big hand for being here. And last but not least, I want to thank our teaching staff at Mercer Island High School for supporting our class of 2018. So it takes a lot for a program like this to get off the ground. And I do want to give a special recognition to our two associate principals who have been working on this all year, Jamie Prescott and Nick Wold. And also special recognition to Susan Robinson, who works in the main office and has done a fabulous job. Thank you, Susan. And again, I want to thank Vicki White-Miltoon and Tom Cox for the music tonight. So tonight, class of 2018, we come together as a community of parents and families and friends, staff, to celebrate the graduating class of 2018. This is more than a celebration of an ending. After all, the word commencement means beginning. So tonight marks the start of a new experience that you will have for each and every one of you as your time at Mercer Island High School fades into the past and you look toward the bright future ahead of you. Each class has its own unique identity with its own personality. You guys remember this? So I will remember you as a class of 2018 that is fun-loving, intelligent, creative, spirited. So some of you may not get the joke, but we had 200 beach balls left by our class of 2018, and this is one of the beach balls. So you guys were very creative. You're very dedicated in making a big difference at Mercer Island High School and in this world. You're a very special group. You've achieved individual and collective successes of all kinds. Your positive leadership in our school has moved the moral compass for our younger students. For this, I am thankful and grateful because you have forever left a positive message and a positive mark on our school for years to come. You will be remembered as the class who showed others what it really means to live our school model every day: integrity, innovation, inspiration. You are living examples, and you truly are an inclusive class. Seniors, as we celebrate your graduation, it's fitting to acknowledge the legacy that you will leave behind for generations of future Islanders. You are the graduating class of 360 students. 8 are valedictorians, 3 are salutatorians, 24 National Merit Commended Scholars, 9 National Merit Finalists, 2 National Hispanic Recognition Program recipients, 19 AP Scholars, 5 AP Scholars with honors, 9 AP Scholars with distinction, and 1 United States Presidential Scholar. That's amazing. Also, 199 of you received the President's Educational Award for Outstanding Academic Excellence with a 3.5 or above. That's amazing. Give yourselves a hand. You guys are amazing. And 17 President's Educational Award for Outstanding Academic Achievement. 184 of you received the Washington Honors Award for being among the top 10% of all Washington State graduates this year. 21 seniors were recognized as the Washington Principal Scholars. This means they were in the top 5%. This is part of your class. Many of you chose to enrich your academic experiences by leading 37 clubs and 58 athletic teams at MIHS. And you also gave 19,972 hours to volunteer service to your community. I would like us all to applaud them. That is amazing. I would like to share a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. What lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us. Class of 2018, tonight you will leave these accomplishments behind you as memories, and you will go forward knowing you have the foundation, the knowledge, and the fortitude to continue to achieve great things in life. But what really matters most is what you carry inside. In the short time that I have spent with you, I have seen you demonstrate extraordinary talent, dedication to each other and your community, and compassion for your fellow students. You are an inspiration, not only to the classes who follow you, but to all of us tonight. So the message I want to leave with you is a final thought from an unknown author. Life is short. Live it. Love is rare. Grab it. Anger is bad. Dump it. Fear is awful. Face it. Memories are sweet. Cherish it. Onward, class of 2018, and congratulations. On behalf of the Mercer Island High School staff, we want to wish you the very, very best that life can bring you. Your accomplishments at MIHS are just the beginning. So now at this time, I would like to call up our school board president, Tracy Drinkwater, and our superintendent, Donna Kolaski. And now, we get the dubbing of your class. It is a pleasure to present to both of you the graduating class of 2018. Each student has satisfied the necessary state and district requirements to receive their diploma from Mercer Island School District and Mercer Island High School. Do you accept and approve this class for graduation?
We accept
and approve. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you. So next, we have our valedictorians that are going to come up. But before they come up, I actually would like them to come up while I'm speaking about this. I would like to talk a little bit about each one, because these valedictorians earned a 4.0 while they were here for 4 consecutive years. And I'm really, really proud of them. And I know that our staff are proud as well as our students. But I would like to talk about each and every one of them. Annika Evans. Annika will be attending Carnegie Mellon University. Annika has been a part of the Youth Theater Northwest through her high school years. She has been a part of over 40 productions, both on and off the stage. John Ho. John will be attending Cornell University. He served as the lead programmer for the Robotics Club. John says he is most proud of his robotic club experience as well as his sound cloud. Sorry. Mitty Parikh. Mitty will be attending the University of California, Berkeley. Mitty served as the president of the National Honor Society. She has volunteered over 1,000 hours over the past 4 years. Congratulations. Sarah Pickles. Sarah is headed to Northwestern University. Sarah says she is most proud of the opportunity she had to dance at the Pacific Northwest Ballet. Zoe Shield. Zoe will be attending MIT. Zoe tells us that she made an app that emits cats' meows to a beat. Leah Walton. Leah will be heading to the University of Southern California. Leah is most proud of being a 4-sport athlete. Jasmine Zoe. Jasmine will be attending Barnard College. Jasmine was on the mock trial team. Her team won 2nd place at districts and qualified for state, which is the first in a long time. I would also like to acknowledge one last valedictorian who couldn't be with us tonight, but I do want her to be recognized, and that's Mithra Huguenin, who could not be here. Mithra will be attending Carnegie Mellon College of Engineering. She was very involved with her science teams, and we know one day she will be some type of mad scientist. So at this time, I'd like to present our valedictorians here. They're going to share a little message. Congratulations.
Seven. What a wonderful number. It's my personal favorite number. It's significant in many cultures. The 7 wonders of the world, the 7 dwarfs. But what stood out to us 7 valedictorians speaking the most was the 7 deadly sins. So tonight, we are each going to tackle one. Missing from us today is Mithril, our 8th valedictorian, who is exempt from giving the speech because she has done nothing wrong in her life and you all know it. So let's start with gluttony, the habitual binge. Every Monday, the spirit around the school is abnormally high, despite Monday's reputation for being the most hated day of the week. Cafeteria food generally does not have glowing reviews, but Pasta Mondays really get the school excited. It's always fascinating watching that one kid grab 2 breadsticks yet again, as he shovels the extra breadstick into his waiting mouth before Jane and Jan can charge him extra. The students around snicker at this small win. Yet we've all overindulged on something as delicious as those breadsticks. As we lay there slightly nauseous, regretting going back for 3rds, or sometimes even 4ths, we realize we take the usual lack of nausea for granted. We want to take back what we did and somehow uneat what we last ate. We need to take these times to learn from our mistakes every time we overeat or make a mysterious mistake as friendly reminders to keep ourselves in line. So as we spread out across the globe next year, remember that too much of a good thing isn't always in our best interest.
Because I missed one of the meetings, and not because of my last name, I was relegated to speak about lust. So without further ado, admin, here we go. When I think about MIHS, I think about how lustful we all are. Of course, when I say lustful, I'm talking about how we as students share a common, insatiable lust for learning. I'm sure none of us have ever gone on SparkNotes or Schmoop because we want to absorb every page of a science class reading. I'm also confident that we've never looked at answer keys before completing math packets the night before they are due. Steve Jobs once told students to stay hungry, but thinking about it, we the youth have a better word, a word which also happens to be a synonym for lust, thirst. I want to say I'm proud of all of you, and I want you guys to stay thirsty. Stay thirsty for knowledge, class of 2018.
When I was looking through the sins and deciding which one I wanted to talk about, I found that I really wanted pride, but so did Jasmine, and ultimately we gave it to her. So now I'm talking about envy. I know that through the years we have all looked at someone else and felt envious of their college destination, or their house, or their grades, or the length of their hair. And we all know that being envious can put you down and make you feel inferior. But it can also lead you to push yourself harder to truly become the best you can be by emulating the good qualities you see in others. But envy can also lead us to recognize our differences and realize that there is always something about you that no one else can ever be. As much as you envy others, likewise they envy you. So embrace your differences and be proud to be you.
A couple of months ago, I woke up and my entire body was filled with anger. The pit of my stomach was burning and boiling, and my eyes had turned to fire. I got in my car, launching my backpack across the back seats. I then went to put my seatbelt on, but it wouldn't budge. I pulled and yanked, but it still wouldn't move. My brother sat horrified in the back seat as I screamed out with frustration. Nothing was working. Finally, I cooled down enough to drive us to school, yet I could still feel the lingering effects of my anger. I have no recollection as to why I was so angry. It just manifested itself inside of me. When we normally think about anger, we think about irrational actions, such as my morning outburst. We forget, though, that anger is an essential emotion. Anger drives us to act. It motivates us to take action against the things that we care about. If we redirect the energy that anger gives us, we can become more confident human beings and leave our tendency to be complacent behind. So, I challenge all of you to embrace anger's discomfort. Let it fuel you, let it be your spark.
Hi, my name is Zoe. My sin is sloth, and I was too lazy to write my speech.
Greed is holding your breath after a risky maneuver, hoping things work out in your favor. It's fighting for that extra half point that you know won't impact your grade in the end. It's simply wanting it all. Human greed is often viewed as a flaw. After all, we yearn for better opportunities that never come. We wish for something more and fail to realize what's right in front of us. But greed is not exclusively bad. Greed can encourage you to be bold. It can foster an alacrity to take risks. It can inspire you to stake your claim. As we exit the protective bubble that is Mercer Island High School, be bold, be kind, and be selfless. Devote yourself to your community and channel your energy towards things that matter to you. Let your inherent greed fuel you to do good for the world and live in the moment. Remember, you don't achieve your dreams by playing it safe.
And finally, pride. When I moved here 4 years ago, I remember sitting for the first time in a gymnasium, awash in maroon and white, and I was so overwhelmed by the spirit and cheer. Your pride, Islanders, was so intimidating, but also tremendously energizing and infectious. Islander pride manifests itself in the traditions that are passed down from year to year, in the support that we have for each other, but also in our self-awareness of the toxic aspects of our culture. Maroon and white very quickly became my second skin, and today we graduate. I hope that wherever it is you find yourself next year, you will be welcomed as I was and find pride in your new colors. Moreover, I hope that enduring whatever hardships are to come, you can always be proud of yourself for continuing to put one foot in front of the other, always persevering. We valedictorians hardly know what advice to give to ourselves, let alone a class of over 350. But this is what we want to say. Wreak a little havoc wherever you go and have a little fun. Have wants, have desires, have ambition, love yourself, treat yourself, be kind. Above all, remember where you came from. These past 4 years, the good times and the bad, will be your roots, supporting the growth of an integrous, innovative, and inspirational human being.
Thank you very much. Next, I would like to call up, we're going to start our ceremonial part, which is the diplomas. So at this time, I would like Tom Cox and Shannon Tapp to come to the stage, and our first group of graduates, we'd like you to get ready to stand in line to get your diplomas.
I thought she was going to pay now. No. Got it. I read it wrong. Thanks.
Jackie Errett Murphy.
Lewis Back.
Maeve Ollie Akins.
Fletcher George Doran.
Keelan Aliari.
Sophie Megan Feldman.
Christian Lawrence Anderson.
Alexis Sarah Aguado.
Joel Arquino.
Miles Henry Alderman.
Kyle Bailey.
Natalia Linnea Amerfis.
Hunter Timothy Bauman.
Carrie Marriott Anderson.
Kelly Nicole Beerbaum.
Jonah Douglas Andrews.
Dana Kathleen Bareka.
Amelia Kate Ashton.
Grace Margaret Bethards.
Samuel Nelson Bailey.
May Luan Buthel.
Jack Edward Bay.
Marina Borger.
Samantha Ann Bender.
Grant Christian Hall Callahan.
Carly Nicole Bernstein.
Samuel Joseph Castellanos.
Torimar Butelspatcher.
Giovanni Armando Cervantes Rocha.
Matthew Brian Boisenalt.
Esty Chen.
Shelby Dean Burr.
Hari Bapea Chituri.
Cole Barclay Galando.
Austin Clerget.
Eli Morris Grossman.
Carson Adam Coe.
Mark Henry Lehman.
Mateo Vincenzo Cornetto.
Christian Gerald Nickel.
Haley Violet Crowther.
Allison Cosden Carey.
Jennifer Mingyu Dao.
Corinne Jewel Castillo.
Thomas G. Dang.
Jorge Andre Cervantes.
Allison Francis Dickstein.
Alicia Chen.
Oliver Thomas Dowdell.
Nicole Fumiko Chen.
Braden Sinclair Dewey.
Talia M. Kivo.
Benali Edmonds.
Landon Clark Cobbs.
Brian Sean Elliott Jr.
Allison Mary Coluccio.
Clayton Turner Elwell.
Cole Dwayne Comstock.
Maverick Rockhold Emerson.
Brett Keanu Cottingham.
Caroline Fauché.
Sarah Alina Crumrine.
Alexis Isabel Flood.
Blake Christopher DeQuilla.
Anne-Sophie Maria Frieschow-Skog.
Oliver William Hoff.
Leahy Friedman.
Thomas Christopher Litkowski.
Gregory Paul Fuchs.
Tynan Campbell McGee.
Michael John Gearhart.
Jiayi Ina Wong.
Colin Hill Gersh.
Nathan Detouche.
Joshua Nurik Glant.
Aiden Russell Dobson.
Elliot Gepfert Waterman.
Ethan Frederick Eason.
Zachary Strasser Gottesman.
Adam Nielsarn Edenkrons.
Christopher Allen Green.
Zachary Tomas Al-Ghazawi.
Joy Ria Guo.
Sydney Drinkwater Elston.
Eva Christina Halsney.
Griffin Booth Emanuels.
William Adams Hamilton.
Sophie May Finch.
Nicole Christian Hansen.
David Raimundo Flores Aguilar.
Zachary David Friedlander.
Isis Long Fu.
Georgia Aline Gahard.
Thank you. At this time, the students select a faculty speaker, and you, class of 2018, selected Lori Schwartzberg, who's who's one of our math teachers here. I'd like to have Lori come forward, and her speech is entitled, I Speak. Insert math joke here.
Thank you, board members, administration, teachers, and welcome parents, families, friends of the Mercer Island High School class of 2018. Islanders, you made it. For the last 4 years, you've moved from class to class, from one period to the next, tests and tardies, presentations and pasta Monday. Pasta Mondays. For 4 years, you attended Bridges, well, some of you. And you had WAMO signed, even though we know you're 18 and can write your own notes. And after 4 years, you may still be wondering how in real life you'll use the orthocenter of a triangle or proving trig identities. Spoiler alert, you won't. I know I was told no math jokes today by a lot of people. Really, it says, insert math joke here. Okay, I'll try to keep it real. My name is Lori Schwartzberg, and I teach math, but I began my teaching career as a preschool teacher, finger paints and Play-Doh. And teaching preschool students and high school students is in fact very similar. They both are very happy when you give them snacks. And we all know when they need a nap. Throw in some stickers and maybe circle time, and voila, you're teaching high school. My 3 children graduated from Mercer Island High School, so I stand here tonight humbled and honored, but also in quite a unique role: a Mercer Island mom, a Mercer Island teacher, and your Mercer Island neighbor. And this past weekend, I actually threw away the speech I had been working on because I overheard a conversation at Trader Joe's. And the conversation kept on coming back to me, so I threw away my speech and I thought I would share this conversation with you today. There was a couple, a young couple, and the man may be in his mid-20s, so that's about 7 years older than you are, graduates, okay, said to his friend, I need to buy a new golf hat. And his companion kept on shopping and turned to him and said, what? Wait, why? You don't even play golf. And he replied, I know, but I watch golf. And I thought, what was that? Watch golf? Are we really just a society of spectators? Okay, a little judgmental on my part, but I thought a society of spectators, passive instead of active, observing instead of engaging, watching instead of playing. You guys know what I'm talking about. I know that much of what we do in life is habit, repetition, perhaps 80% muscle memory, from the clothes we wear to the food we eat to the shows we watch, going to sleep, waking up. Life is easier doing what we know, and what we know is safe. Stay in your bubble. Why change? Why learn golf when you can watch it? Change is hard. Change takes effort. Change? No thanks. I'm good. I realize that age doesn't discriminate with this phenomenon, young and old, and I thought about what is hard for me to change as a parent and as a teacher. I know, with all of my best intentions, it is hard for me to change my instinctual habit of sheltering kids from failure, the consequences of their choices. But by protecting them, what are they learning? If something breaks, someone else will fix it. If policies are wrong, politicians can sort that out. When there's a problem, someone else can solve for X. learned helplessness. Why play golf when you can just watch? We celebrate our children's achievements, and of course, we support them through their setbacks, and they grow and learn, and we as parents and teachers grow and learn. Learn about learning and living and letting our children and students learn to live with their choices. And even though it is still hard for us, we will let you stumble and then find your own feet again. When you forgot your note for the field trip or your trumpet for the concert, we didn't always come to your rescue. Sometimes you missed the field trip. Sometimes you didn't play music. It's just the way life works. Do your homework, don't do your homework, you earn the grade. And maybe because of these experiences, class of 2018, you are a new generation. You, class of 2018, have momentum. You have taken charge. You have chosen not to be spectators. We have seen it from you on the national stage. We've seen it from you locally, in our school, and in our classrooms, and on social media with all its positives and negatives. Your momentum has been exposed. Class of 2018, you are the I generation. Like the iPhone in your pocket, the I generation, the I do generation. I do, well, that sounds like you guys just got married. The I do stuff generation, the I motivate, I organize, I serve generation, the I march, I vote, I persevere generation. The mom, dad, I got this generation. The I embrace kindness, diversity, and inclusion generation. The I cannot and I will not let the earth die generation. And I will not hit the default setting generation, and in doing so, I choose the more difficult path generation because the effort is worth it. You put yourself out there. You're exposed. You make the choice to be better. Be uncomfortable. Make an effort. Live an effortful life. And the younger and the older generations, we're watching you. Like me, last summer, I went back to school, just one course, because I felt that I could do better. Better teaching, better preparation. Was I uncomfortable in a college calc class with 19 and 20-year-olds, one of which was my former student? Yes. But I wasn't there for the math. Okay, now that you've asked, I earned 102% in the class. I was there for the questions, to hear the questions that these students were asking, to refocus my teaching. Was I out of my comfort zone? Yes. I hadn't been on that side of a desk or that side of a test in many years. But you see, I saw better results in my pre-calc class this year. So the effort was worth it. Living is deeper and more meaningful when it is effortful. As teachers, we try to provide students with effortful learning. We call it productive struggle. We find that learning is more enduring when it takes effort. It seems that the learning and living that ends up counting the most is often the most difficult. But you know this class of 2018. When it takes effort, it's not a waste of time. It's not a waste of energy. And life's pendulum will swing and its graph will look sinusoidal. People. From this day forth, life will serve you successes and challenges and then successes again, right? And class of 2018, the I generation, we beg you to remember that the I generation is not the I alone generation. Although learning and living are at times solitary endeavors, you are not alone. Your family, this faculty, your friends have supported you and surround you here today. They sustained you through long nights of studying, planning, maturing, and dreaming of what life has in store. Reach out to these people. Reach out to them often. They are your crew, your squad, your team. Class of 2018 all right, one math joke. What did the acorn say when it grew up? Gee, I'm a tree. Geometry? Okay. Class of 2018, my little acorns all grown up. Branch out. Did you see what I did there? Treat. Branch out into fields of study, jobs, and careers, some of which have not even been thought of yet. You, the I do generation, the I play golf generation. It all begins today, this day, your commencement day, Islanders. It is graduation day, my dudes. Congratulations, class of 2018. Go forward. To motivate, organize, serve, go to march and persevere, go create change, go solve problems, go Islanders, and go MI.
Thank you very much, Ms. Schwartzberg, for that wonderful speech for our students. At this time, we have a special music presentation by Sophie Feldman, and it's titled, How Much of Me? So, Sophie.
Hi guys. I'm Sophie Feldman, for those of you who don't know me, and this is a song I wrote about leaving and the things that we take with us and the things that stick around here at home. And I just want to let you guys all know, in case you hadn't noticed, that memories don't really take up space in our suitcases, so take as many of those as you can. This is called How Much of Me. Guess you could say that it's strange when everything's changing and feels so stagnated. What a weird way to be young, waiting to grow up and grasping at freedom. Part of me knows that the freedom is heavy, and I know how hard you've worked to share it with me. I've got my favorite books lined up in order on top of my dresser, and I've never thanked you for teaching me young that there's nothing quite like when two words fall in love. And part of me knows that the books are too heavy, and it's just not fair that I can't take them with me. How much of me will I change? And how much of me will I keep in my old room? And how much of me will I take when
got these best friends at home. They take care of me when I'm broken and spent, and my room won't be empty for long. I know they'll take care of the things that I leave them. And part of me knows that goodbyes will be heavy, and it's just not fair that I can't take you with me. Oh, and how much of me will I take? And how much of me will I keep in my old room? And how much of me will I take when I leave? And how much of me belongs to you? How many times will I call? And how many times will you leave me a message? And how much of me will I take when I leave? Oh, and when will it hit me? I'm leaving. When will it hit me? I'm leaving.
Whoa, talk about talent. Sophie, let's give her another hand. Great job. Wow. This is why we're so proud of all of you. Each and every one of you have special talents, and I just was taken back by that, so thank you, Stacy. I'd like to call up the next group of students to get your diplomas, and the staff members that will be serving those diplomas to you is Jane Stafford and Grant Weed, and assisting is Tracy Drinkwater and David D'Souza.
Patrick Hansen.
Thomas Frederick Schonander.
Caroline Day Harkins.
John Garrison.
Jack Michael Hassel.
Catherine Alice Gelsey.
Tess Miriam Andreen Hendelman.
Jacob Glant.
Cole Bailey Hibbert.
Anna Coe Glass.
Derek Raymond Hicks.
Gabriela Gonzalez Posada.
Nathan Lloyd Hillard.
Julia Margaret Graham.
Yi Shu.
Tessa Marin Guerra.
Brinkley Holiday Holzhauser.
Zachary David Heist.
Charles Christopher Jansen.
Adara Jazz Hamilton.
Kevin Zhang.
Sophie Jordan Hankis.
Tess Hewan Johnston.
Andrew Hansen.
Alexander Gerard Kalin.
Angel Howe.
Daniel Benvenisti Kavesh.
Olivia Ingracia Harrington.
Shannon Yuri Keem.
Benjamin Lawrence Hauge.
Emily Sky Kim.
Haley Elaine Kendrick.
Parker Miles Kittlesby.
Catherine Mary Hendrickson.
Karen Kodera.
David Benjamin Hicks.
Claire Elise Courthouse Smith.
Justin Ho.
Amber Kit Kwan.
Megan Elizabeth Empey.
Colton Sawyer Lake.
Jonathan Cutter James.
Caroline Ann Lambright.
Natalie Blue Jewett.
Claire Ann Lawson.
Caleb Gerard John Lewis.
V. Zio Le.
Adelaide Katrina Jones.
Kayla Nicole Lee.
Olivia Grace Kane.
William James Lee.
Eugene Keehan.
Jeffrey Leung.
Truman George Keith.
Brandon Tyler Liu.
Reese Kissel.
Andrea Liu.
Isabel Ann Knowles.
Elon Ma.
Madeline Louise Korn.
Lulu Catherine McKinnon.
Owen Emenacker Kavorik.
David Paul Momfeld.
Jeffrey Lorenzo Pimentel.
Annabelle Nicole Marshall.
Rachel Elizabeth Labrie.
Catherine Blaze McCormick.
Gabriel Lamb.
Carter James Mielek.
Phoebe Rose Larson.
Chloe Charlotte Michaels.
Bianca Tran Lee.
Grace Millard.
Ethan Daniel Lee.
Jane Elizabeth Matar.
Oliver Lee.
Llewellyn Drumaki.
Henry Davis Lemaster.
Ryan Andrew Moline.
Marissa Muwa Look.
Alexander James Moore.
Lindsay Marie Lovestead.
Louise Daly Morton.
Spencer Nathaniel Luce.
Macy Nicole Munger.
Alice Mary McCormick.
Valentina Bowie Muti.
Ella Maximchuk.
Allison Kate Myers.
Claire Leary Mansfield.
Reed Eric Martinez.
Braden Roger McGee.
All right, let's give these guys a hand. So each year, our class also selects a class speaker. And the class speaker that you selected was Sophie Poole. So if we could ask Sophie to come up. And her speech is titled X equals Your Zenith.
Good evening. Thank you to everyone at Mercer Island High School, especially Mr. Twombly, Mr. Buhala, and Mr. Goldhammer for all of your support. Thank you to my mom and my dad, Kevin and Annie, for putting up with me. And thank you to the Mercer Island High School class of 2018 for these past 4 years. So there's a thing we do in my block class with Dino and Goldhammer. We kind of clap twice when we appreciate something that happens. So can we get 2 claps for the class of 2018? Thank you. Okay. So there's a poem I read in my English class freshman year with Mr. Blake. Yes, I didn't have Sayers for the freshman English Biz Tech block. Instead, I had the English teacher with the ponytail who may have dabbled in hypnotism. This poem is called ABC, and it's by Robert Pinsky, a former U.S. Poet Laureate. The poem follows the pattern of the alphabet. The first word starts with the letter A, and then B, and then C, all the way to X, Y, and Z, hence the title. It goes like this. Anybody can die, evidently. Few go happily, irradiating joy, knowledge, love. Many need oblivion painkillers, quickest respite, sweet time unafflicted, various world, X equals your zenith. I have never forgotten reading this poem. I remember wondering how a piece of writing with 26 words could spur so many questions in my brain. This poem, despite its specific structure and brevity, said something. And I still can't quite articulate what that something is. I know the 15-year-old version of myself definitely couldn't. But maybe that is what makes this poem so special and enigmatic to me. My inability to pinpoint why it's important. It just is. Memory is a curious thing. Recently, I have found myself wondering whether I will remember high school. I know we'll remember this. We'll remember putting on our caps and gowns. We'll remember taking 1,000,001 pictures for our families to commemorate that not only did we do it, but they did it too. And we'll remember this dissonant feeling for being nostalgic for what is right in front of us. But will we remember high school? Like the nitty-gritty details. Will we remember our student number we typed in every day to buy pasta and instant oatmeal? Will we remember the feeling of seeing our crush in the hallway? Will we remember all those small, pointless things? Or will we just find new, small, pointless things to fill our memories? I do know I will remember this poem, which seems to only cement itself in my long-term memory the farther I inevitably drift from freshman year. I think that this is because the poem is so achingly human. It never loses its impact, its universality, its truthfulness, its mutability. Pinsky's poem laments our mortality and the ever-present passing of time. How crazy is time? I simultaneously marvel at how quickly the 4 years of high school have gone by and complain about how slowly the individual days move. And here we are, at the zenith of our education thus far, and all the pomp and circumstance of this rite of passage will be over so soon. And I know we'll wake up tomorrow and ask, what just happened? Does my diploma represent the last 13 years of my life? Does my diploma mean I am now qualified to be an adult? Pinsky comments on how most people find comfort in the numbness, and how many need oblivion painkillers and a quick respite instead of embracing the ephemeral nature of their existence. Because, let's face it, sometimes it's easier to turn inwards and protect yourself. But for me, living in oblivion is the opposite of what a life should be. The best moments are visceral. The best moments are when I am most awake. So I hope that I, and that we, will be the ones who take it all in, the people who find ourselves surrounded by joy, knowledge, and love, and the few who go happily. The poem also talks about the infinite possibilities for the future of our various world. And since we all hopefully took algebra at some point, we know using x to represent the unknown quantity is a mathematical convention. Descartes, a philosopher and mathematician, popularized symbolic notation and instituted the convention of using letters like A, B, and C to represent known quantities, and X, Y, and Z to represent the unknown quantities. And this makes sense to me. Admittedly, not much makes sense in my calculus class. Miss Sheldrop, I really tried. But this mathematical principle feels intuitive. The ABCs are the 26 letters on which we communicate our entire understanding of the universe. In mathematics, the knowns and the givens are represented by the A's, the B's, and the C's. And this poem that I read in my first English class at Mercer Island High School was titled ABC. And this poem ends with X, Y, and Z. The poem ends with the proposal that X equals your zenith. X equals your zenith. So zenith denotes the highest point reached in the heavens by a celestial body, or the time at which something is most powerful or successful. This phrase, 3 words and an equal sign, an equation, has followed me around throughout high school. And if you know me, you know I complain about math like it's my job, and here I am willingly talking about an equation. It's not a differential equation or multivariable calculus, but I would argue it may be more complex. This equation, like a constant nagging voice in my head, keeps asking, when will your zenith be? Who will your zenith be? What will your zenith be? That's something we all wonder. When is that moment? When will my pinnacle be? What path will I take? What will people remember me for? What is X? So in math class, we learn about the objective truths and the logical methods to find patterns in life. But it is impossible for the human mind to comprehend infinity or understand imaginary numbers. It is impossible to solve for X if there is not enough information. So, it's impossible for us to predict our future. It's incomprehensible for us, right now, to know what our X may be. In English class, however, we learn that life is subjective. We learn that a story can be viewed through different lenses, and with each perspective, the story only becomes more nuanced. We learn that in our lives, there's not one solution to our equation. But we can hope, we can predict, we can plan for that solution. We can strive for a zenith that means something. We all strive for X. So I hope your X will extend past yourself and create positive change, even if it's for only one person. I hope that your X will create a more empathetic world. I hope your X will amplify other people's voices, especially people who may not be able to speak as loudly as you, especially for people who endure constant marginalization and discrimination due to their gender identity, religion, sexuality, and skin color. Especially for the 41 students killed by guns in their schools in 2018 who will never make it to their high school graduation. Because even though we don't know what our X will be, there are certain demographics and innate aspects of our identity that will, without a doubt, shape our future. We can't deny that the X for certain people is limited at the moment. Because all the white women in this class will statistically earn 80 cents to every white man in this class's dollar for the same work. Asian women will earn 87 cents, Black women will earn 63 cents, and Hispanic women will earn 54 cents. Because hate crimes in America's 10 largest cities this past year reached the highest level in more than a decade. Because in King County, there are between 5,000 and 10,000 young people who experience homelessness each year. And homelessness disproportionately affects people of color. 53% of homeless youth are kids of color. Because 1 in 5 college women and 3 in 20 college men are victims of rape during their time in college. Because sexual assault is not a myth. Sexual assault happens everywhere. Know what consent is. Consent is a verbal yes. So I hope that my ex, your ex, our ex, will be in pursuit of a world with less hate and more empathy. I hope that our generation, that the Mercer Island High School class of 2018, will be the people who partner with others to correct the inequities of the world we are stepping into, the world we are currently living in, and the world for which we share responsibility. I hope we continue choosing knowledge over ignorance, and that we don't balk at uncomfortable truths. I hope we take those truths and let them empower us to do something that matters. We are 18 years old. This makes us inherently powerful. We should never limit ourselves or tell ourselves we can't make this world better. Because right now, we can make anything happen. And although graduating from high school is important, this moment is not our X. Our X, our zenith, our moment is still coming. It will be beautiful. It will mean something. Because our moment, the moment when we are most powerful, will be the result of all the times when we felt weak or confused or hopeless or alone and chose to keep going. We don't know what our life will be, but we can live a life full of empathy. And we won't pretend that we can fix everything, but we can dedicate ourselves to demanding and creating a more just system. And we can't predict our future, but we can envision our zenith and work towards it. In the words of the poet, right now, surrounded by our classmates, friends, teachers, and families, we are truly irradiating joy, knowledge, and love. And I hope we will use this energy to move forward. Thank you.
Sophie, nicely done.
Wow. I'm sure excited for all of you. Sophie gave a great message. Thank you again, Sophie. At this time, we have another musical piece, and it's going to be done by Ina Wang. And as she's coming up on the stage, the title of her piece is Fantasia of Milo River. Thank you, Enid. That was a more wonderfully nice piece of music. At this time, we are doing the remaining diplomas for our last group. At this time, I'd like to call up Amanda Maddox and Ed Puhala, who will be giving out the diplomas. And to assist them is Ralph Jorgensen and Deborah Lurie.
Sean William New.
Param Mehta.
Nathaniel Cross Nickel.
Beth Francis Myers.
Alexander Declan Norman.
Hudson Cooper Michaud.
Addison Vaughn Oakley.
Hannah Raquel Mills.
Ian Joseph Onrust.
Matthew A. Muhtar.
Catherine Grace Panza.
Arwa Ali Mokdad.
Laurel Catherine Peterson.
Lawrence Christian Monson.
William McGregor Pulaski.
Anna Marina Webel Moscovici.
Alex Stout Plateau.
Alexander Michael Mueller.
Jillian Jana Quinn.
Gabriel Michael Muzio.
Lauren Elizabeth Ralph.
Nikhil Nair.
Vincent Youngsheng Ricci.
Serena Wynn.
Catherine Maria Restubin.
Carolina Sophia Noren.
Tess Elizabeth Ritzy.
Augusta Lorene Norman.
Lisa Roche.
Emmy Grace Olson.
Anna Elsie Rosenstein.
Angela Ann Osman.
Genesis Enid Salazar.
Samuel Crane Peckham.
Kylie Paige Sampson.
Lisa Pitch.
Carson Aaron Sandwith.
Garrett Stephen Poor.
Christoph Milan Schmidt-Warnicki.
Vanessa Renee Radke.
Gia Lee Cease.
Jessica Ann Ramsire.
Timur A. Saiduzov.
Kendall Renette Riley.
William Sham.
Annie Catherine Ritzy.
Alexander Nicholas Shanks.
Paige Susan Robertson.
Blakely Richard Sharp.
Ava Elena Rosenberg.
Jamling Norbu Sherpa.
Madeline Alexandra Rowe.
Parker James Simpson.
John Egan Salisbury.
Avery Jordan Smith.
Michael Mar Sanchez.
Brian William Smoots.
Kara Shifkins Milnes.
Fatima Zara So.
Sam Reed Skull.
William James St. Mary.
Carter Michael Selman.
Aria Elise Stark.
Alakshi Ketu Shah.
Jessica Susan Stenberg.
John Kenneth Shanafelt.
Hannah Elizabeth Stewart.
Rylan Tacitus Shannon.
Bryn Natsumi Strother.
Shelby Shepard.
Kira Elizabeth Searist.
Austin Joseph Shobe.
Kylie Amanda Tang.
Bruno Signorelli.
Max Douglas Thylan.
Anna Slavin.
Jeffrey Fu Tien.
Fiona Smith.
Aaron William Tomaselli.
Ella Sophia Solberg.
Eric Tutil.
Catherine Mary Brown Spencer.
Raphael Tucker.
Zoe Elaine Staples.
Mallory Ann Ulrich.
Travis Sheridan Stednick.
Sammy Ray Vaca.
McKenna Mylan Stevenson.
Aaron Von Vliet.
Sophia Maureen Stribling.
Alexander Cornell Walker.
Audrey Sun.
Maya May Gladys Wallen.
Emil Isaac Tolleran.
McKenna Ray Wangan.
Kellen Ty.
Cameron Hunter Warnick.
Jocelyn Thompson.
Robert Weaver.
Sophia Emily Tiscornia.
Samuel Schuyler Whitney.
Licia Tran.
Flynn O'Brien Williamson.
Axel Christian Turk.
Taylor Sienna Winnie.
Claire Elizabeth Underwood.
Mitchell Wong.
Mary Rose Vu.
Carmen Romero Wright.
Kenneth Xiong Wong.
Monica Delise Wilson.
Ella Caledonia Warburg.
Jacob Timothy Wong.
Kendra Rose Watson.
Mitchell Richard Wilston.
Catherine Addison Wheeler.
Miles Spencer Wu.
Eleanor Grace Williams.
Xavier Xiong.
Isaac Zendao Yen.
Kathleen Shu.
Annika Claire Evans.
Madison Young.
John Ziron Ho.
Kyle Long Yu.
Midi J. Parikh.
Tom Zhe.
Sarah Marin Pickles.
Zoe Lynn Scheel.
Leah Jeanette Wooten.
Jasmine Zoe.
Sophie Mariah Poole.
Noonie McCann.
Yeah, that's the other guy.
Nathaniel Hendrick Schenk.
Catherine Emma Brodsky.
Matthew Langdon McBurney.
Ava Catherine Blanchette.
And now, I would like to call our senior class officers back up to the stage. They are going to give their senior class speech for you, The Meaning of Live.
Okay, a big hello, welcome, and thank you to all students, friends, faculty, and family here today. I know I speak for all of us when I say that we know we wouldn't be here without your support and love. Thank you for your patience and friendship and belief in us. We are your senior class officers. My name is Ava Blanchette.
I'm Matthew McBurney.
I'm Nathaniel Schenk.
And I'm Katie Brodsky.
Katie unfortunately lost her voice last night, so we'll be serving as her vocalizers today. We'd like to talk about a book. Aptly named The Meaning of Live, this book is an extended English dictionary of things that, alas, there should be words for. The back of the book reads, "There are hundreds of familiar experiences, feelings, and objects for which no words exist." This book provides vehicles to actually express them. It highlights all of the things you wish you could describe, but just can't find the right words for.
Here's an example from the book. Sconcer, noun. A person who looks around them when talking to you to see if there's anyone more interesting to talk to. It's one of those things you read and aggressively nod your head because, yes, you know that thing, and finally someone put it into words.
Our experience as Islanders is one of a kind. There probably aren't that many communities in the world that are shaped like a foot, where the high school mascot is a snail, and where strong and lasting relationships are formed at band camp, at sunrise breakfasts, and while dancing behind the drum line in school hallways. In fact, our experience has been so unique that we feel it deserves its very own special words and definitions. So we came up with some words that are more applicable to our class.
Carrot plague, noun. The wave of carrots you see in the hallway the Thursday before homecoming in Tolo.
Mosh pit stiff arm, verb. Putting your arm out in the mosh pit to avoid being touched by the sweaty football players who jump into the mosh pit with their arms up. Now that you've added these to your vocabulary, here are some that we think are even more notable.
Net down, noun. the excitement you feel when your phone buzzes, shortly followed by the disappointment after seeing that it's another Nextdoor notification. Net downs were common in the fall of 2017. Nextdoor is a great tool for hyping up a yard sale or posting neighborhood announcements, but some Mercer Island residents think it's an appropriate way to reach and educate members of the younger generation. At some point, we all downloaded the app to scroll through the 200 comments on one particular post. You probably forgot to delete the application or turn off your notifications and still occasionally endure the net down. A net down is not to be confused with a letdown, which is when one of your speaking partners conveniently loses their voice the night before the speech.
Just kidding, we love you, Katie. The next word, coli skirt, verb. To narrowly avoid an E. coli outbreak. The first time we all coli skirted was in 2014. This was the closest thing to a health crisis that Mercer Island has seen in decades, other than bass eating baby ducks on Ellis Pond, or revocation of single-occupant lane use on I-90 for MI residents. Water fountains at MIHS were taped off with caution tape, and students avoided washing their hands after using the bathroom because, of course, the tap water might give them E. coli. After coli skirting for 2 weeks, we went to a Bellevue football game where the Bellevue fans chanted, "Poopy water," at us for 2 hours straight.
Rescinditate, verb. To ask your AP Calculus teacher to round your 60.4% to a 70% so that you don't get rescinded from college. An MIHS senior typically rescindicates after checking Skyward for the first time in the semester a week before graduating. While you're not positive, you are pretty sure that straight D's is likely to get you rescinded. So using that burst of adrenaline, you complete a bunch of late work and write up some heartfelt and persuasive emails to send your teachers in the hopes that they'll accept your attempt at rescindating and raise your grade.
Mercer Joule, noun. Similar to the unit for energy, joule. A Mercer Joule measures the amount of energy felt among the student body throughout a spirit day, a school dance, or even a dodgeball tournament. As Islanders, we all know that feeling on a Friday with an assembly and football game. The school is littered with maroon and white outfits, and you're proud to be an Islander. We built up our Mercer Joule level these past 4 years, and we're leaders in showing younger students how to love MI. For many of us, this feeling of community and spirit from being an Islander is what we will miss most as we move away from MIHS. Ultimately, though, words are words. But the feeling of today, this big milestone, the culmination of our rare and special experiences together is what will stick with us. The feeling of accomplishment, the feeling of gratitude, the feeling of friendship, and the feeling of promise. The adjective we came up with to describe this potpourri of feelings is a mixture of tremendous and sentimental. Tremendusental.
Class of 2018, as you reflect back through your own singular ride through MIHS, we invite you to figuratively add your own words to the MI edition of the meaning of LIF. Go forth and create moments and experiences for which no words currently exist. You are all uniquely spectacular, and we're proud to be part of this class. Thank you for being you, and for the last time together, go MI.
Thanks again, senior class officers. We are now ready for our final piece of music. I would like to call the following individuals to the stage: Fletcher Doran, Mark Lamon, Ellie Grossman, Louis Back, Cole Galando, Tommy Latowski, Christian Nickel, and Tynan McGee. And the music that they're going to play is done by Prince, Baby, I'm a Star.
While the band filters in, can I get some love for our seniors? Come on, people. And of course, love for the school staff right here, making it all happen. We love you guys. insanity. Hey, check it all out. Baby, I know what it's all about. Before the night is through, you will see my point of view. Even if I have to scream and shout, oh baby, I'm a star. You might not know it now, baby, but I'm a star. Oh, I don't wanna stop until I reach the top, singing we're all stars. Everybody say nothing comes too easy. When you got it, baby, nothing comes too hard. You see what I'm all about. If I gotta scream and shout, baby, baby, good God. Everybody stop on the one. Give me two, yeah. Give me two, yeah. Give me two, yeah. Give me one, mama. Good God. Christian Nickel on the saxophone. Everybody stop on the one. Give me one, yeah. Give me two, yeah. Give me three, yeah. Give me four, yeah. Good God. Tyner McGee on the trombone. Everybody stop on the one. Give me one, yeah. Give me one, yeah. Give me one, yeah. Give me three, yeah. Y'all like that? Good God. Tommy Latkowski on the trumpet, people. I'm gonna teach y'all a new dance right here, all right? Jump when I jump. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Come on, everybody. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. On the one. Come on. I'm not stopping until everybody does it. Mark Lehman on the piano, people. Now everybody, shake your hands just like this. Put them up and shake them. You in the stands too. Come on, don't think I don't see ya. Bring it back up. Come on, band. a party tonight. Oh! Y'all like my band? Y'all like the staff? Y'all like the seniors? Come on!
Well, talk about rocking the house. Now, have you ever been at a graduation where you could see these guys rock the house? Let's give them another applause. You guys were awesome. So this is getting towards the end of our graduation. Before we bring our senior class officers up to do the tassel and the hats or the mortarboards, I would like to share a few announcements that I've been asked to share by our senior parents for the senior party. Students, after the ceremony, you go up to the concourse level and you join up with your family and friends. On the concourse level, change into your casual clothes. There are lots of bathrooms. Leave your bag and clothes with your families. Leave your purse, your wallet, and any other bags with your families. Oh, they also said leave your cell phones. Wow, that's going to be tough. That's going to be really tough. We're going to have withdrawal over that one. And then at 9:45, students, please report to gate 118 and 125 in the stairwells to the left and to the right, where you will re-enter the arena down here to check in for the all-night senior party. And it's typically over here. So, got those directions ready to roll? You guys are on your final opportunity here to be seniors and leaving Mercer Island. And so for our grand finale, I would like to call up our senior class officers for the traditional tassel flip.
Class of 2018, it is now time for the symbolic tassel flip. This flip signifies that we have earned our high school diplomas and are prepared to begin the next stage of our journeys. Graduates, please stand up and place your left hand on your tassel, which should be on the right side of your cap. On the count of 3, we will all move the tassel from right to left. 1, 2, 3.